All right, so the first thing we need to do is find the GCF of these three terms, which is the greatest factor that they have in common. So all three of these terms have a factor of 2 in common, and they all have a factor of 4 in common. But we're going to use 4 since that's the biggest. So the GCF of these terms is 4. And they do not have any variables in common, so there's no variable component to our GCF. If this one had an x in it, we would have an x in common as well, but there's no variable that's common between all three terms. So our GCF is 4, and we're going to factor that out. And factoring is another way of saying reverse distributing. So if we distributed this in two terms, it would be multiplying. When we're factoring it out, we're dividing. So we're going to divide 4x squared by 4, and we get x squared. 8x squared divided by 4 is, 8x divided by 4 is 2x, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. So that's our final answer. We can check by distributing this in, and we should get our original equation back. 4 times x squared is 4x squared, 4 times 2x is 8x, and 4 times 3 is 12. So we did it correctly. And here's an example where we are going to have a variable in common as well. So here we have 7n squared plus m cubed minus 21nm squared. So our first step is to find the GCF. The numerical GCF that they have in common is 7. And then they also have some variables in common. This has n squared, which would be n times n, and m cubed, which would be m times m times m. This one has just one n, and then m times m. So here they have one n in common, not 2 because this one doesn't have 2. And they have 2 m's in common because they both have at least 2 m's, or m squared. This one has a third, but this one does not. So they both have at least 2 m's in common. So this is our GCF, and we're going to factor that out. If we divide 7n squared m cubed by 7nm squared, 7 divided by 7 is 1. N squared divided by n leaves us with 1m. And m cubed divided by m squared leaves us with 1n. Remember, when we divide exponents, we subtract. So m cubed divided by m squared is 3m's divided by 2m's, and we're left with m to the first on top. You can also do that by subtracting the exponents. This is n to the first, m to the first. You don't have to write that n, the first power, if you want, but you can. Then we have negative 21 divided by 7 would be 3, and we have n divided by n gets rid of our n's, m squared divided by m squared gets rid of our m's. So our final answer is 7nm squared, n m minus 3. And again, you can put those 1 exponents there, but in reality they're invisible, so it would look like this. And that's your final answer.